Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault at Sports Talk Matt. Follow me on Twitter at BettingPros for BettingPros, the offer on YouTube from BetMGM, our title sponsor. $10 bet, $150. Any account that's new, $10 bet, promo code Juice150, win or lose, $150 into your account. Really easy peasy. All right, 2-1 night, winning night last night. Under Texas comes in, 4-3 win for the Astros. That under 9 hit for us. Dodgers first 5 comes in as well. I mean, my goodness. Bubik was awesome. Lost the game, but awesome in the first 5 up against the Giants. So we got that wrong. But 2-1. Take it every time. 2-1. If I had 2-1 from here until the end of time, I am good to go. So 2-1 winning day for us. I've got 4 bets in the U.S. Open. And I suck at golf. Just a heads up. 3-10 betting golf so far this year. Fade these if you want, but I'm betting the U.S. Open. I love betting the U.S. Open. And then 2 plays for the hockey game tonight. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Get to that here in just 1 second. But before we do anything else, let's talk about our good friends at, Omaha Steaks. It's here, guys. Father's Day is this weekend. U.S. Open weekend, Father's Day weekend. Time's running out, okay? You've done a phenomenal job. So many of you have taken advantage of this offer. Go to omahasteaks.com, type juice in the search bar. You're going to save over 50% when you order the Dads Want Steaks package for $99. This limited time package, 16 mouth-watering entrees. Awesome. The fillets wrapped in bacon, franks, and chicken breasts, and the caramel apple and tartlets. All these things are in this package. It's really a lot of food for $99 because not only do you get the 16 entrees, they're giving you 8 free Omaha Steak burgers. These things are big burgers. You can throw on the grill coming up for Father's Day. Dads Want Steaks, $99. It's a great deal. You're saving a ton of money on this. Juice in the search bar when you go to omahasteaks.com. They're giving you 8 free Omaha Steak burgers as well. Omaha Steaks, these are phenomenal steaks. I highly recommend them. I have them in my freezer. You should have them in yours as well. Go to omahasteaks.com. Order today. omahasteaks.com. Keyword juice. Order today to get it in time for Father's Day. All right. Let's talk hockey. So here we are with the total at 6, under -105. Look, I think these games are going to be lower scoring than people think, but I also think for game 1, I'm a little concerned about Colorado giving up a bunch of goals. I think Vasilevsky is going to play tremendously well. In fact, him to win the Conn Smythe Trophy, I don't mind that at all. It's a 4-1 bet. Don't mind him to win it. I just don't trust the media to vote the right way. So I don't like betting MVP markets, but that's a bet I would make. I could make. I'm not going to, but you could if you wanted to, because I think he's going to be the best player on the ice for Tampa. And look, I haven't seen who's going to play goal yet, but if it's Darcy Kemper, I'm all in on this bet for Tampa. But I'm going to bet it anyway for a half a unit. But I think the under is a good play. I like the 6. You can go over 6. I tend to go 5 over 6 under. I like the solid number, though, and you can get it at a variety of books right now at the 6 because there's a push potential for a 4-2 win for one side or the other. -105 is not bad. Juiced a little bit to the over at most books at the time of taping because they don't know what Colorado's going to look like. Also, how will the referees call this series? We already have Tampa at +160 to win this series. If Tampa wins game 1, and if we get plus money on Colorado, I'm probably betting Colorado to win the series as well and just having a no sweat be on both sides with plus money, and we're making money regardless. So it's probably how I'm going to bet this. But for tonight, for game number 1, I'm going to expect Vasilevsky to be great. And I think the referees put the whistles in the pocket, and I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of scoring. I think these are going to be low-scoring games, really well-played hockey games. Everyone's expecting back and forth, up and down, speed. Maybe, and I might be dead wrong. Maybe this is going to be like the Western Conference playoffs. I don't think so. The Eastern Conference playoffs, low scoring, much because of Igor with New York and the Rangers, but also Vasilevsky. You know, whether it be Francouz or it's going to be Kemper. I mean, I would go with the kid who's 6-0. I wouldn't put Darcy Kemper in there if I was Colorado. If he plays, I like the under even more if they go with the kid. So over Kemper. Under 6 goals. -105. We're jumping on that for a half a unit. And I just think there's too much value to take on Tampa here. 2-time defending champs. Arguably the best superstar on the ice in Steven Stamkos, depending on how you feel about Nathan MacKinnon. I know Cale Makar is tremendous. I'm a UMass graduate. I know all about Cale Makar. I love the guy. I just think that this is an opportunity for Tampa to catch a Avalanche team that is a little bit, well, rusty. I mean, they haven't played in 2 weeks. What are they going to look like? I personally will be on first, probably money line Tampa first period, maybe even over first period. Weird stat. Over in the Rangers and Tampa game in the first period hit consistently, but the games all went under. 2 goals being scored in the first period and then nothing in the second period and sometimes nothing in the third period till the end. That could happen again here tonight. A lot of energy. Colorado might be sloppy defensively, so maybe bet the over in the first period. I wouldn't hate that, but for the game, I'm going under 6 goals, minus 105. Taking Tampa at plus 135 on the money line to win game 1. If Tampa wins and the over comes in, we make money anyway. So I like it. Under 6 goals, half a unit, minus 105. Other half a unit, we're going Tampa at plus 135 on the money line. All right, 4 bets going for the U.S. Open. Brookline, Mass., my home city, my home state. This is one of the top 5, or one of the 5 original golf courses that founded the USGA. There is so much history. According to the members, and I was talking to a buddy of mine who actually interviewed a member, the members think that the winning score might be even par. Okay? Even par. That means incredibly difficult rough, extremely fast greens, and very difficult to hit fairways. When that happens, you got to go with the cream rising to the top. You got to go with the good golfers, the best of the best. Who are the best guys here? Justin Thomas just won the PGA. Okay? Justin Thomas to come in the top 10 and bet this at BetMGM. Okay? Do not bet this at books that do not pay out ties. Okay? Dead heat rules. Don't play around with books that do that. Okay? BetMGM doesn't do that. They pay out ties. So you're going to pay a little less juice or get a little less juice on this than you would get at other books. It's worth it, okay? Don't play around with dead heat rules. BetMGM pays out ties. I like Justin Thomas to come in the top 10 for this golf tournament at plus 125. I'm putting a half a unit down behind this, all right? I always bet a little more in the U.S. Open. This is my second favorite golf tournament to bet. Like I said at the Open, I'm not good at betting golf. Don't care. Justin Thomas, top 10, plus 125 for a half a unit, ties included. All right? Second bet. Corey Conners is a really good golfer, and Corey Conners has played really well this season. The Canadian market is an interesting market, all right? So you go and look at it and you find top Canadian, okay? The top Canadian here in this golf tournament. I think you got a chance here to get Corey Conners at plus 125 to be the top Canadian. Adam Hedwin is probably the only other golfer that could probably beat him. Mackenzie Hughes, Nick Taylor, Roger Sloan, or Ben Silverman. Those are the 6 golfers right now at BetMGM you can play for top Canadian. Corey Conners has played very well. Corey Conners is a great iron player. You got to hit fairway, good second shot into these greens. Corey Conners to be the top Canadian at plus 125. It's a little chalky, but I don't care because it's, I'm going to put a half a unit down behind Corey Conners, top Canadian at plus 125. All right. And then I got 2 flyer bets for us. Now, if you want to go and search out Phil Mickelson and you want to bet against Phil Mickelson in the head-to-head market, I don't blame anyone that wants to do it. A lot of books aren't putting it up though. All right. You can go, some of these books are 3-ways. Like BetMGM has a Shane Lowry, Louis Oosthuizen, and Phil Mickelson head to head. Who's going to have the best round? It's a 3-way bet. I don't like it personally. I prefer head to heads. If you find head to heads, I think there's a chance to get after Phil and fade Phil. However, because putting is going to be so crucial, and Phil putted so poorly last week, and all he did was putt around the golf course on Monday and Tuesday. Look, I think Phil Mickelson to make the cut at plus 200 is decent value. It goes against all the narrative, right? It goes against the trend. It goes against what everyone is betting. Everyone's saying Phil is going to be out in 2 rounds, blah, blah, blah. But if putting really is the thing, right? This is the golf tournament that Phil needs desperately, okay? I'm not saying Phil is going to win any head-to-heads or Phil is going to be in contention against anybody, but I think at plus 200, to throw a quarter unit down on Phil Mickelson to make the cut, I don't think is a horrible bet. Again, it goes against all the narrative. I like going against the public. Everyone's fading Phil. Okay. I mean, I think fading Phil is a good idea. I just think he may play the weekend. There's a shot. If you have to putt right and putt well on these tiny greens that are really fast, I don't know. I'll take the plus 200 here. Try to double up on a quarter unit bet. Nothing too crazy, but let's bet Phil Mickelson to make the cut at plus 200. And then one flyer, my boy Willie Z. Will Zalatoris, who I haven't bet much this year, bet him a lot last year, haven't bet him much this year. Will plays well on Thursdays, really well on Thursdays. Will to come in the top 5, including ties, on round 1 is plus 500. Plus 500. Okay, it's a flyer bet. Willie Z, top 5, plus 500, quarter unit for round 1 on Thursday. Let's see if we can make a run here. See if Willie can play well. It's one round. It's a little bit of a Hail Mary, but top 5, it comes in second, third, or fourth, or fifth. We're good. Or he leads. It would be even better. You can bet him to lead it if you want. I mean, you can bet him to lead the tournament. You want to get a little crazy. Willie Z to lead the tournament is 28 to 1. You can bet that. But I just think it's a plus 500 on Will Zalatoris to be in the top 5 after round 1. You can find that bet at BetMGM. Quarter unit. We're jumping on Willie Z to be in the top 5 after the first round at the U.S. Open. All right. 4 bets in the U.S. Open going. Justin Thomas, top 10, plus 125, ties included. Corey Connors to be the top Canadian at plus 125, half a unit. Willie Z, top 5 after round 1, plus 500, quarter unit. And Phil Mickelson to make the cut at a quarter unit at plus 200. Under Tampa tonight, under 6. And Tampa money line at plus 135. Both the hockey bets coming in at a half a unit. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It's the LU's podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.